I really showed your ass on this one. Say the least. I was about to go to bed too.
We're about to show you some disturbing video. It's going viral on X. It shows a crowd beating a man and then a woman on the streets of Cincinnati, Ohio. Here's how it started, and again, this is a tough watch. All right, and as if that wasn't brutal enough, the next clip shows a man knock a woman out. It's unbelievable. Watch.
Yo, on X, I ain't gonna hold you. It looked like she was gone. I thought she was gone. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought she was gone. I can't. I'm using the Fox joint because apparently Fox can show the actual footage. I think if I did it, the video might get taken down. So I'm gonna let them do it. But I'm gonna get to the other parts. I have some other clips I'm gonna show. Whoa! And the dude that did it, which is right here, like right here, like he gets right back in her face, like he did something special. Crazy work.
It's also disturbing. Everything around it, from the carnival atmosphere, the cheering on, the cursing, and of course, the violence. It's so disturbing it got the attention of Vice President J.D. Vance. He said this when asked about it during a stop in Ohio today.
Is you had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman. That person ought to go to jail for a very long time, and frankly, he's lucky there weren't some better people around because they would have handled it themselves. The only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their in prison.
All right, police have identified.
Nah, see what we're not going to do. Nah, this is what we're going to do, right? Nah, what we're going to do, we're going to watch the whole thing.
About this.
There was a group of people who attacked a couple folks on the street in Cincinnati. Senator Bernie Moreno, some others have spoken out about it, have been critical of it.
Okay, yes. So what I saw, and I haven't seen the full context, but what I saw is a mob of lawless thugs beating up on an innocent person, and it's disgusting. And I hope every single one of those people who engage in violence is prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And they will be. They will be so long as law enforcement in the state of Ohio takes their job seriously. I know Dave Yost cares a lot about these things. But yeah, I actually, you're right. Bernie did send me a clip of this, and we talked a little bit about it. I don't know the full context. I don't know how the fight started. But the one part that I saw that was really gruesome is you had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman. And where I come from, at least, when you have a grown man who sucker punches a middle-aged woman, that person ought to go to jail for a very long time. And frankly, he's lucky there weren't some better people around.
He's 100% right, but at the very same time, we gotta look at social media. We gotta look at what's been going on for the longest of time. Like, people take what they see online and then they take it as law, but then again, they don't take it as law. Like, they pick and choose when they want to do it, when they don't want to do it. For instance, prime example, me, right? If I'm out there and I'm with my family, or even by myself, right? If I was out there and I seen a woman get cracked in the street, laid out, am I doing anything? No, I'm not. I will call Officer Bradley, though. I will do that because that really ain't got nothing to do with me. If anything, I would have been gone once I saw the commotion. All right. Once you start seeing a bunch of people come together, huddle up, it's loud, they cursing, they rambling. I'm pretty sure there's alcohol involved in some sense to the nature. I'm out of there. All right. I would have been like, oh, I was there. That's what happened. Glad I got away from that one. For real.
Because they would have handled it themselves. But if they're not going to handle it, the cops in Cincinnati, the law enforcement, you've got to prosecute people. We've had way too much lawlessness on the streets of great American cities. How many of you all have wanted to go to downtown Akron or downtown Canton or downtown Columbus for a meal, but you're worried because the local authorities in these big cities have allowed lawlessness to run wild. We have got to make great American cities safe again for families and children. If you want to take your wife or your children out for a meal, you shouldn't be worried about street violence. And the only...
No, he's not. He's 100% correct. You shouldn't be worried about any of that stuff. Like, after... Really, man, like, I don't like doing activities at nighttime on a Friday or a Saturday, right? But I have noticed it's better to do things on a Sunday evening going into the nighttime rather than doing something on the weekend. It's crazy how a Sunday would do that. But 100% correct on that part. But what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? It is just what it is. And at my first glance of just watching all this, I'm like, niggas, right? First thought, right? But I'm like, no, it ain't just niggas. It's just the whole way of it's the culture as a whole, right? I think the culture, when I say culture, I'm basically referring to movies, social media, music as a whole. The Karen culture, the rap culture, the black culture, the white media culture when they're only covering certain things that they want to cover it to spark a movement. All of that has come to a point where now it just causes chaos everywhere you go. You can't say if a white woman or a white man is talking bad to a black person, then all of a sudden they're being a Karen, right? Or if a black man is irate and he's upset because something happened to him, then all of a sudden we calling him is black fatigue. Now people can't be people. Everybody has been called something just because of what the media has made you believe to call them, which is wild.
Identified 4 potential suspects so far, but one of the most disturbing parts of this, as I mentioned, is how many people just stood around, watched, not calling 911. What country? I can see what city. I know what state. What country are we living in? Joining me now is Ken Cover, president of Cincinnati's Fraternal Order of Police. And I appreciate you being here with us. And it's not to insult your city, but this is intolerable. It doesn't belong on any American street. It honestly doesn't belong in any civilized society. And I saw a quote by you, Ken, where you said, what you see in this video and the behavior around there is people that fear no repercussions. Tell me why they would fear no repercussions.
Well, Cincinnati and Hamilton.
I ain't gonna lie, man. This shit do like it's racistly. Yo, this shit look racist as fuck, nigga. I ain't gonna hold you for real. Cause if it was flipped around the other way, the media be having a field day with this shit. But this shit right here look racist as fuck, boy. It's a bunch of black people beating up white folks. This shit look racist. It's not funny. It's not. I should be laughing.
Counties really at a crossroads. What kind of city and county do we want to be? Because right now you have about half the judges that support law and order, and then you have half of them that just don't. That are being the cashless bail, the soft on crime, and this is a result of that. I mean, these people fear no consequences, and until that changes, unfortunately, we're going to see more things like this.
There's so many different, honestly. Beyond the law and order element of this, Ken, and there is a law and order element of this. I know that 911, they may have received one call during this when you can see there's dozens, if not hundreds of people around the incident. But there's also so many cultural implications going on here. I don't know. I don't know how you were raised. I can tell you this. Any situation, A, where a man hits a woman, or B, where 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 guys are ganging up on one, nobody involved in that is tough. Nobody involved in that is a man. And it says something rotten about any culture that produces individuals who think somehow this is tough.
Yeah, these people clearly have no morals. They have no morals. They don't care about themselves. They don't care.
Hey, you know what you want to say, right? Yeah, I know what you want to say. I'll tell you, bro. You want to say these niggas ain't got no morals. But he wouldn't have put the ER in under it. and if he did, if it slipped up, I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't blame him, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Because the thing about it is, look, I'll tell you this shit right now, man. Because when I go on TikTok, yes, but what's it called? Man, fan base. I'm telling you right now, boy. Something like this being talked about on fan base, yo, black people. I've been in so many different rooms when it's full of black people, and they hate white people with a capital H. They hate them. They blame them for everything that's wrong in their life. So when I see this, I'm typically not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And I think that's the problem when you live in the echo chamber. When you only hear what you want to hear, and anytime you hear something that disturbs you, or you don't know how to take it, or you don't have a way of listening just to hear another person's perspective, just causes more hate. This right here, man, and I'm not saying all black people. I have to say that because it's not all, because I did see a few black people in this video try to not really involve themselves in the fight as far as fighting back for them. But what they did do is they did try to like help them up, but like, come on, bro, that's enough. Like, let's stop it. All right, it's over. I did see some black people, men and women, try to de-escalate it in the best way that they could without getting themselves involved. And that shit right there is dangerous. Dangerous. Once you get a bunch of black folks ready to go, bro, shit, well, once it's on, it's on. And in my younger days, I was part of that too. Like, once it's on, bro, like it's something clicks inside of us, and we just not gonna stop, bro. Maybe that's everybody. Maybe it's everybody. But as far as I can tell, once it's on, but it's just hard to stop.
About others, and this is certainly a problem that we're seeing time and time again, and it's something that is just disgusting. We saw the worst that Cincinnati has to offer that morning.
And look, it's our job to tell the truth, and the truth requires you to state the obvious. There is a racial component to what we're watching on our screen right now. The two victims on the screen appear to be white. Most of the assailants appear to be black. And if we played the game of reversing this, and we have in some instances, there would be a national outcry and rage about the races involved in this.
I'm going to call it right now. During the midterms and the next political presidential election, they going to use this clip a lot. A lot, yo. Democrats, y'all in trouble, man. Y'all in trouble, because they really going to use this as a democratic society, and this is why you shouldn't vote blue. They're going to use it, and it's probably going to work, because it's probably not going to get no better
incident. But here we have it reversed, and it asks some serious questions about us as a society.
Sure, these investigators are certainly looking into that as being a component of why this occurred. And that's yet to be determined, I believe. But I mean, you look at it at face value and certainly could understand why you would draw that conclusion.
Well, it's at this point, I don't know what conclusions are to be drawn, but to ask some very serious questions and to be irresponsible not to ask those questions out of fear of invoking race, when this is what we're watching happening on the streets of Cincinnati, and I don't care where you live, I was just talking to somebody that works here, Ken. I don't know that this would happen on the streets of Texas. It might not. But there would be someone step in. There's a lot of people armed in the state of Texas or many other states across this country that don't have to wait for the police. I don't know what's going on in Ohio.
And that right is a problem, though. Yeah, I don't think you should say things like that. I don't think you should say things like that. People are going to be armed, because you're basically invoking people to be, unalive at a mass rate. That's not what we don't want that. We don't want people to start pulling out the pew-pews on anybody whatsoever. I get it, though. I do understand, like, in this situation, because I'm trying to look at it like in many different sides, right? But in this situation, you don't want that. But at the very same time, if that was me and that was my family, yeah, we pulling it out, boy. I ain't gonna hold you. Straight to the trunk, run into the trunk. We're going to get that. And airing out, and it's nope. Okay. I feel him, though.
No, you're right. And if there would have been some better people that were part of that, it probably would have ended differently. But it just shows you that whole mob mentality. That's exactly what we saw. And I wish there would have been one person in the crowd that decided that they were going to step in and actually, be an adult, be a man, and not allow something like this to happen.
They did. They tried. Nah, a few people did. There's actually a video. That I believe before y'all got super heated. It's like the beginning video. Sleepy. as you can see, this is a black man trying to stop what's eventually about to happen and what we all saw. And this man right here, this white man right here, didn't seem to get the message. I'm not going to play the rest of it because I don't think YouTube's going to let me play it. I think what I played so far was kind of crazy or whatever. Let's see what happens. But yeah, this man right, if you want to see the rest of it, just go on X. You'll see it for yourself. But this man right here, honestly, bruh, if he would just walked away, you'd have just walked away from what we can see in the context of this video, which I believe is the only video that I've seen that shows the initial altercation before it got super crazy. This is the first video that they have available. And as of right now, from what we can acknowledge, if he would have just walked away and stopped being, you know, so rah-rah with it, none of this would have happened. None of it. But it is what it is, man. No, let's go.
Hey, these niggas is funny playing the Russians.
And that right there. That's it right there, man. After that, it was up. After that, it was up, bro. After that, it was up. That's why I say, like, it's a whole thing. That's why I don't want to call it black fatigue. I don't want to call it white folks. I really don't want to call it racially motivated, but it's hard not to say that by looking at the videos and by me knowing how I hear black people talk about white folks online, and at the very same time how I hear white folks talk about black people online too. Especially when, like, it's a black panel on TikTok. Like, it could be just a black panel on TikTok. Black folks just having a good time, coming together, conversating amongst each other. And then here comes some white person in there, which I don't really know is white, but I'm going to assume that they're white, right? They just come in there and they start just spewing out racially things out of nowhere. They start typing it in. Like, they'll have names like Chip Monkey, you know what I'm saying? Backdoor assault. It's like they come in like the old Xbox 360 lobby and just start spewing out racial slurs for no reason. And I'm not saying that justifies anybody's actions out in the real world. I'm just saying this is where we at. But at the very same time, if that man should have kept his hands to himself, because if you look when he gave him that slight small slap, it's kind of hard. Let's go back to it. It's kind of hard to see, but once he gave it to him, man, let's bring it back. Once that was it. That was it. Bro. That was it. And after that, it was up. All right, that's it for that. I'm going to bed. This is a crazy story, bro. It's gonna be around for a while. I know.